media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, this is Kosty with us. We got Alex Smart, Tony Brown from Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the F1. And we got also Jay Briggs. I thought we were going to see a thumbs down when I said that, Tony Brown. Mr. Q. Wayne Scott, there you go. Wayne Scott, Shane Mickle, and Rod Zawacky. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. Smart, Kosty, Brown, Mickle, Briggs, Scott, Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. All right, good NBA card tonight. Good NHL card tonight. 3 from the action. And college hoops. We got some quality product on the college hardwood tonight. Let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Alex in right now. Let's see if we're ready to roll here with Alex Smart. Ready to start the show off here with Alex. Alex, what's happening?
How you doing, Tony? We're
doing great.
We're talking college basketball. We may as well do some college basketball. There's a game I like from tonight. It's Duke and Michigan State. Both these teams play a grinding style of food. You never seem, when you watch a game, it seems like nobody's in a hurry to move up that pace. Either one teams, they're methodical, grinding, they're physical, and they're athletic. And now they're going to go head-to-head tonight. So, considering Michigan offense has really struggled in a big way so far this year, especially from long-range trays, they just can't sink that downtown shot. And nothing new. Last year was a problem also, but right now they've connected on just 2 of 34 to start their season, and that's just horrendous. And so their offensive production obviously is going to be down tonight. Duke's going to really control the outer edge of the perimeter, and I think they're going to really force the Michigan State Spartans into even being more physical themselves, more defensive themselves, because I don't really think they can keep up with Duke's offense just in a freewheeling way. But like I said, neither one of these teams play that type of basketball. So I'm just looking at this to go under. It's interesting. Duke is 7-0 under in road games and non-conference games over the last couple of seasons. The combined average of 126 points per game scored. So here at the United Center tonight, you can see the mindset of what Duke is going to bring to the floor. And Izzo, interestingly enough, over a 50-game span as a neutral court underdog of 6 points or less, or a pick, as a coach of Michigan State, has seen 135.6 points per game go on the board per average in that 50-game span. So I like the under here, and historical trends also agree with me.
All right, we got Alex here coming in under total 141.5 here, Michigan State and Duke. Of course, Duke coming off that loss against Arizona, where it was a back and forth game. Arizona gets the win, but man, they got hammered on the boards by 12 boards. Arizona won the rebounding battle, shot the ball very well. We know Michigan State had an early loss to James Madison, comes back with that win against South Indiana. But when you're get out rebounded like that from the Duke side, there's going to be a little bit more attention here from this Duke club to be probably a little bit more physical. With that will probably come better defense.
Yeah, James Madison doesn't look like a pushover either. They look like a decent mid-major team this year, so it's going to be interesting. But tonight, I just look at lots of elbows and lots of back action in that under the net, and it's going to be physical. That's what I'm looking for. I'd be surprised if it went any other way.
All right, there we go here with Alex on Michigan State Duke under 141.5. This one to have a start time here 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It airs over on ESPN. All right, we're getting into the quality now in college basketball. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream. Really good start, good beginning here to college. The first half here of college football. We still have the final month and bowl season still to come. 855 units of profit. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
One MAC action game tonight, and I'll tell you what. This is sort of just where I grind my wheels. It seems, I don't know why it happens every year right around this time. And then I just flip it on. 9 of the last 11 seasons, I just flipped it up big time and really make huge runs here towards the end. Let's hope it's like those other 9 seasons and not like the 2 seasons that didn't happen that way. But Anyway, to make a long story short, from a historical standpoint, I really start to rock and roll from here on in. Good time to join me for a 1 month package. College football, like I said, college hoops. Always takes me time to get going with college hoops, and I'm starting to get on the right track now. I've won 5 of my last 6, and NBA, of course, and NHL hockey. Winning seasons after winning seasons. Join me. Yeah, hey, that's not a brag. That's just how we'll just say we're going to just state the facts, and most of the time you're going to win with me, so join me.
All right, guys, got on board with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results from college football, also showing profit this season in the NHL. So good time to get on board with Alex. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions are also available right now over at Pick Dogs. Save even more by adding multiple cappers to your shopping cart. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again in a couple days.
Take care, Tony. Appreciate your time again. Take care, buddy.
You as well. Alex Smart here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Time to bring in Kosty Safir. Catch him over at the Smart Train. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll bring in Kosty in right now here on a Tuesday. Kosty, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony?
Everything's going great out here. We go to the NBA tonight here as the Nets host the Magic. We see the Nets favored 2.5, total 217.5.
Yeah, my sharp groups actually gave out this play last night into today, Magic +3. Both teams are very, very good against the spread. I mean, the Nets have been almost perfect at home against the spread, and the Magic have been one of the best covering teams this year. I just don't see that the Nets are going to have enough firepower with just Bridges. So I like the fact that Blanchero, Suggs, and Wagner have just been balling out each and every game. I love the Magic +2.5. That's the current line. I think they're going to win the game by about 6 or 7, so it should be a pretty easy wire-to-wire cover by the Magic.
All right, we got Safir says go ahead and take the Magic here at the price you see there. Well, they get 3 or 2.5. Looks like right now at this hour you're going to have to get the 2. There are some 3s, by the way, in Vegas and one of the sharp books offshore, so you can still find 3s out there in the marketplace. You're going to have to make sure you go out there and do your line shopping. Yeah, Safir, one of the big injury there for the Nets, as you mentioned here, and no doubt about that. But one thing with this Magic team is that they are playing defense second in defensive efficiency this season.
No, they've been playing extremely well. I mean, this team has been really fun to watch. I mean, I know it's a very young season, and I don't see them being that good against the spread the entire year. But getting a short 2.5, if you could find the 3, I think is crucial. I think they're going to win the game outright. So even if you could sprinkle a little bit on the money line, go for it. I think the Magic, like I said, should win this game pretty easily.
All right, there's Safir here on the Magic +2.5 here against the Nets tonight. 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Kosty, let's go ahead and take a look here. Kosty, of course, you run the Sharp Trading Plays. You can call or text. Let everybody know about your service.
So Sharp Trading Plays is a unique opportunity where you're going to get access to large betting syndicates that I have access to on a day-to-day basis in all the major sports, college football, NFL, NBA, and college basketball. So you're getting access to all these groups that are giving out games in real time. We've already released NFL games for the upcoming weekend at the Sharp Lines. You're going to get overnight pricing and lines for college basketball and NBA. So we're constantly chasing to get the sharpest line possible, along with daily money management that I provide to each client on Telegram. So not only do you get the plays, but you get to constantly ask me, is this price on the game that you're getting as a client workable or it's a pass? So I constantly coach you and give you money management along with the games. And in the end, you're running it more like a hedge fund and you're not day-to-day gambling. This is more for qualified bettors that have bankrolls of $10,000 or more. So it gives you the opportunity of more treating it like a business.
That's right. Get on board right now. Kosty, Mike, Sharp Trading Plays. Call or text. Mike, you see it right there, 775-636-7674. And Mike, very responsive. You're the one that handles the calls, right?
I'm the only one that handles the calls, especially when you text that number. I'm the only one that you're going to talk to. And obviously, I'll let you know. If it's not for you, I'll definitely point you in the right direction from one of the amazing cappers on Pick Dogs for daily action and guys that are hot in individual sports. So if you're a smaller bettor and you happen to text me, I'll direct you to the right guys on Pick Dogs.
There you go. Get in touch right now with Kosty Mike Safir, your big bankroll player. Dime a game out there, $10,000 bankroll. Get in touch with Kosty Mike Safir. All right, Mike, Kosty, as always, great having you on the show. Continue the great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Have a good one, Tony.
You as well. Kosty, Mike, Safir here on the drive through. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, looks like we're going to head out now to Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome in Tony Brown. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Prim. Tony Brown does great in hockey, but off to a strong start in the NFL this season, amongst the top of the leaderboard in the NFL. So we'll get Tony Brown here in just a second. And of course, we'll bring him in here. We always get a lot of NHL coverage from Tony because he produces great numbers in the NHL. Bring him in right now. Tony Brown, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? How you doing out there?
Everything's going great. The traffic is nice out here. But anyway.
Lucky you.
All right. I saw that mess when I was out there in August. It was I couldn't believe what they were doing in those streets. But now I'm kind of understanding this as, hey, we don't want you walking on the strip anymore. We want you in there gambling.
Right, yeah. And it's even worse now that they put a racetrack on the strip. So this traffic is a nightmare.
Yep, no doubt. All right, here we go. Tony Brown back to the ice. Our friends the Sharks are in action here to face the Panthers. We see the Panthers big favorites on the road, total 6.5.
Right. Don't adjust your screen. Don't adjust your volume. But we're going with the Panthers under and the Sharks under. I went with this on the last Tuesday show when I was here. It cashed. I went with this last Thursday show I was here. It cashed. Tonight will be no different. The Sharks got blown out and gave up 10 goals in back-to-back games. And ever since then, the totals have just been super inflated. And ever since then, they've got their act together and they've cashed 4 unders in a row. First of all, they can't score. They're the last place team in the NHL and they're last in scoring. And literally their average goals per game is at 1. So like putting up 1 goal per game with 7 goals as the total to beat us, they're projecting all the scoring to be one-sided, which it could be because the Sharks aren't that good, but I don't think they're going to give up 6 goals. They haven't done it in 4 games, and we've been riding this train all the way to the bank. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Taking the under with the lowest scoring team in hockey is kind of like the gift, so we're not going to look the gift horse in the mouth. And you know me, I want to buy this hook too. I hate hooks. I always buy them, contrary to popular belief. I live here. I cash tickets at the window all the time. The hook kills people every single day, every single time. Like, that hook is annoying. So if you buy the hook, now we got 7. They actually need 8 goals to beat us. If it lands at 7, you get a push, you get your money back. Now we're talking 8 goals to beat us, and we have the lowest scoring team in hockey. I don't think that the Panthers are going to put up 7 goals themselves. It's just too high, and we've been cashing it. Let's keep on riding it.
Yeah, Tony Brown, Sharks, Panthers under 6.5. Tony Brown made a great point there. When you give up 10 goals in back-to-back games at home, and you continue to have those home games, everything's going to be on defense. Even though you can't score, you don't want that embarrassment of getting up all those goals.
Right. I mean, like I said, I don't like to use cross-sport analogies, but I mean, it just works in this case. These are all professional athletes. They all have one thing in common, and it's pride. And I love using the Denver Broncos as an example. They gave up 70 points to the Miami Dolphins. They were embarrassed on live TV, and they're 4-1 ever since then and currently on a 3-game winning streak. You know what I mean? Ever since they gave up those 10 goals, they haven't given up more than 3. They actually won their first game since then. You know what I mean? The Sharks have been a lot better. These guys have pride. They're professionals. So I don't think they'll be giving up 10 goals anymore.
Got the Edmonton coach fired.
Right. And that's another thing. When they fire the boss, the employees tend to get in line.
There you go. Happens a lot.
You see what happened over there at the Raiders camp, man. They let go of the GM, the coach. They benched the starting quarterback, and we haven't lost a game since then either.
Yeah, well, we said this before. The Raiders, throughout the years, when you look at the success of the Raiders, you had success there with Madden, success even with Shell, Flores. One thing they all had in common, Tony Brown, they were all players, coaches.
Right. And I mean, in this day and age, you got to be. You can't be one of those old guys and don't relate. I mean, you even see Andy Reid doing the latest dances in the locker room with the Chiefs when they win and stuff. You know, it's just better. And then when you actually play the game and been on the field, I mean, you got more experience. You know when a guy is tired or when he's just crying and being a crybaby. You know what I mean? You've been there before. So Antonio Pierce has been a blessing for us.
Yeah, the players' coaches work with the Raiders. I've seen it throughout my lifetime. And even Davis, when he coached, he was a players' type of coach. He was a players' type GM, was on the sideline, was in practice all the time, was out in the field before the games, shaking hands. You see those old NFL films. How many owners did you see walk on the field, and almost like they want to participate in the practice drills, right?
Right. Owners are billionaires. They sit in booths and watch the game and have people wipe their glasses off like Jerry Jones. I mean, even John Gruden, he didn't play the game, but he was a players coach and he got us to the Super Bowl.
Yep, there you go, guys. It's the players coaches work in Vegas. Sharps, Panthers, under 6.5 tonight, 10:30 Eastern Time. ESPN Plus will have it for you there on television. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, we got big cards from the NBA as well as NHL. Nice card from college hoops. So we got some. I don't think Tony Brown even delves too much in action. What do you have? You see the great numbers in NFL from Tony Brown. What do you have going over at Pick.com Premium? Because I heard you trash Maction before.
All right, I try to stay away from the Maction. That's why my units
You're being
are up,
nice.
not
You're
down.
being nice.
Right. The games are all there. Like, you don't need to play any MAC action football right now. We got 7 games on the board. We got 3 from the NBA, 3 from the NHL, and my best play in college hoops tonight. You can grab them individually, of course, if you only play your sport or whatever. But if you're in the money, then you should get them all. And you can get them all in triple play and bundle them up and bash your bookie tonight. I have 7 great plays on the board.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Pim. Look at the numbers Tony producing in the NFL. 1,730 units of profit, top performer in the NFL. All documented over at Pick Dogs Pim. I don't even have the NHL numbers up there. 1,453 units of profit when you combine NFL and NHL. Tony Brown producing over 3,200 units of profit, all documented. You can look. It's time to start looking maybe at 1 month passes. Of course, Tony Brown located there in Las Vegas, Nevada. Perfect time with all these sports overlapping to get your VIP 1-year pass.
Yep, number 1 in the NHL, number 1 in the NFL right now. The units are there. And the great thing about it is you don't have to take my word for it. These plays are all documented, rated, dated, timestamped. Just go to the website, check out my page. You see every win, every loss. There's no hiding stuff. We're really getting the units that we're claiming. We're really winning games. We don't play around with parlays and all that crazy stuff. And we just make the best bets on the board no matter what sport it's in, and we're winning way more than we're losing, and the units speak for themselves. You can get my pass for a week, you can get my pass for a month, or you can get the VIP pass for a whole year. That way you don't have to pick which sport, you don't have to pick which week or which time I'm hot or whatever. Every single pick I release from every single sport, playoffs and championship picks included, all for one low price. And these passes would have paid for themselves right now in the NFL and in the NHL with the units we're up.
Big unit production here from Tony Brown. We see it every year in NHL. Then for years I've been doing shows with Tony Brown. Oh, you see him always top leaderboards NHL. Great work in the NFL. So get on board that 1-year pass. Pick promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Tony Brown, as always, continue that great success. Enjoy the weather in Vegas. It's hoodie weather now. So if you're going out there, bundle up a little bit. We'll catch up with you again in a couple days.
Yeah, it's real cold out here. I'm sweating because I have that big light on. We got, Mitch got us these big studio lights and stuff. So it's pretty dark. It's getting dark early. I got the studio light on so you guys can make it see me. But it's great weather out here, bad traffic, but it's always a good time in Vegas to come out.
That's right. And of course, there's some talk now, NBA expansion possibly headed your way, right? How's the city embracing that?
We love that, especially we hear LeBron James is supposed to be attached to the team, but it's Titletown USA already. We got the hockey team. We got the women's basketball team winning championships. The A's are coming. We got the Raiders here. Why not have a basketball team? This is Las Vegas. We're one of the biggest, best cities in the world, and we'll welcome the NBA as soon as we can get it.
Absolutely. All right, Tony Brown, continue that great success. We'll catch up with you in a couple days.
All right, always appreciate being here. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys in a couple.
You got it. Tony Brown here on The Drive, too. Let's continue, guys. If you ever miss a pick, we always do a recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on The Drive-Thru. Up next, Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick.com. We'll bring in Shane right now. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Everything's going great. And of course, things looking up for your Vikings team, huh?
Yeah, no complaints on this side. It's a little different though. I mean, I'm just enjoying it. It still kind of feels too real to be true. I mean, I'm just waiting for Dobbs to go back to his backup ways. But going to enjoy it. Whatever we get this year, the Vikings is a plus now with Cousins down.
Oh, yeah, and then speaking of who's on the way up has been that Timberwolves team. It's, of course, when you saw it right off the bat with the defensive numbers, I look at the ratings all the time, and I said, okay, after one game, I said, okay, then after two games, I see them top of the defensive ratings, and here we are, a few weeks into the season, they're still top in defensive rating, which is something I don't think I ever saw in my lifetime. I'm going to go back to the Garnett days.
No, yeah, it definitely feels different this year with the Wolves, and I honestly think that series with the Nuggets last year in the playoffs did it. You have to remember there was two games in that series they should have won that they blew late. They gave the Nuggets the hardest series, and it might not seem that way losing 4-1, but yeah, they took it personally. Everyone's defending. Towns he's playing better. He's actually playing defense, and it's nice that he doesn't have to be the superstar. It's clear this is Anthony Edwards' team now. And it's going to be until for as long as he's a Wolf.
And you can tell. I don't know if you guys saw some of the memes up on social media. Keep an eye on that Edwards, Draymond Green. There's some bad blood brewing between Draymond Green and Edwards. So keep an eye tonight. There could be some there. Well, hopefully not, but there could be some fireworks tonight, especially with no Curry. That means it's going to be tough. But anyway, tonight we go down a little south of San Francisco and look at the Lakers and Grizzlies tonight. With the Lakers favored 6.5, total 225.5.
Yes, numbers moved down a little bit since I picked it earlier today. It looks like Davis is going to play. LeBron is questionable right now, but even if LeBron plays, I still think this is a good Grizzlies. The Grizzlies game they keep close. I understand they only have 2 wins on the season, but this is a team that's been competitive. They've been losing, against a couple points to the Heat, a couple points to other teams, and a big reason is they have just enough offense and they play just enough defense, it seems, to keep it close. Now in terms of winning and keeping afloat for when Ja comes back trying to make the playoffs, I don't know if they're going to do that with winning games, but in terms of betting, I think this is a team that's going to value, especially until Ja comes back. If they're going to keep giving us 6 7 8 points with them against teams like the Lakers, this is a Lakers team that I still think is trying to find their identity. They have LeBron, of course, they have Anthony Davis, but it just seems like they still don't have some role players around them. Their role players are too inconsistent around them, especially with their scoring. I think that's the case again here. I think the Grizzlies score enough. I'm going to take the Grizzlies getting the 6.5 points.
All right, we got Shane here on the Grizzlies 6.5, and I can get that is the going number about everywhere right now, 6.5. Matter of fact, I'm seeing a 6 in one of the Sharp offshore books with juice. So you want the Grizz at 6.5. You better get them quickly here. Of course, yeah, we're looking at status here for James. Also, the Lakers, Jeff, they were counting on Vanderbilt and Vincent off the bench. They're not available tonight. And again, it's the same old story with the Lakers. They're having trouble hitting those threes.
Yeah, and that's just it. Everyone's still leaning on LeBron, which they should. Remember when they came in the season, LeBron was going to be on the minutes restrictions, and that's not happening. So even if this team makes the playoffs, his body's going to break down at some point. How old is he now? 39, 40? However old he is. At some point, this body's going to break down. Yeah, they continue to not be able to shoot from deep, which is exactly what you need around guys like LeBron, and especially now with Anthony Davis. If they could get, a couple 3-point shooters, this team is all different. But without them, with the Grizzlies playing just enough defense, this is a team that, the Grizzlies team is young with all these injuries, but they're fighting for spots to play next to Ja when he gets back. So I think long term this might help them. The question is, are they going to be close enough to the playoff race once Ja gets back to make it in? Yeah,
of course the coaches are bellyaching a little bit about the calls. It's been a concern. Here's the latest on LeBron here. He was present at the Lakers shoot-around this morning. They said present, so it didn't say he was participating. He did participate. However, he did participate in the shoot-around. He was spotted on the court doing his usual routine. Of course, the media basically said that he's trending in the right direction here. He's got that bruised left calf, but as you said, whether he's in or out, you still like the Grizz in this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, even if he's in, I know they have Davis back now, but he's been in since the beginning of the season, and it's a team that lost by 20 points to the Magic, barely beating some other bad teams. So it's not a team that's gonna pull away from you and beat you by 20 or 25 points. This isn't the same LeBron teams of years past.
All right, there we go with Shane. Grizzlies plus 6.5 here against the Lakers. This one to have a start time here, 10:30 Eastern time tonight in the package. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. As you know, we got Maction on the board. Big card here from college basketball, NBA, NHL, as well as a few on the ice. Great results over the last 7 days. 1,145 minutes of profit for Shane Mickle. You can verify those numbers by just going over to Shane's handicapper page. They're verifiable there. You can see every play he's posted. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, so Tony was bashing the Maction earlier, but I love it. I went perfect last week. I have my Mac game of the year tonight. There's nothing I love. I think Maction might be some of my favorite college football to watch and to bet on. So difference of opinions here at Pick Dogs, but I've got that up there. And I have that in the 3-pack, a sampler. And then also I have my 3 best college basketball plays. I'm 16-5 to start the year in college basketball. That's also $39.99. But the way I've been running, the 7 30-day pass, especially with all the sports right now, is your best bang for your buck. You get 3 plays for $39.99, or you can hop on the long-term pass and get every one of my plays at a much discounted rate. So hop on the long-term pass and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dodge. You see the great results there. 1,145 minutes of profit last 7 days. All talking over at Pick Dodge from Shane Mickle. So great time to get on board with that long-term pass. Here we are on a Tuesday. You guys love that 7-day pass. Covers all the NFL and college football for this week. Of course, all the NBA. Big college basketball cards coming up here during this week as well. Feast week heading into next week. Get on board. Pick is your promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Shane, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success. And we'll catch up with you next week. I know there's a lot of football in college football teams in Ohio, right? But not many in Minnesota. Oh, we might have missed Shane there. I guess we got. Oh, yes, there you go.
Sorry,
all right.
I guess I got a phone call. Sorry. Yeah, I'll see you all on Thursday.
Thursday. You got Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Up next, let's go ahead and bring in our man Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge. Hope you're catching his live shows here in the morning. Of course, is NFL, NBA rundown as well. We'll bring in Jay ready to roll here. NBA coverage with Jay Briggs. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
Things going great. All right, here we go tonight on the hoops. We got the Hawks on the road here to face the Pistons. We see the Hawks favored 4.5, total 225.5.
Yeah, the Hawks, they are a 50-50 team. That's what I've called them for a good amount of time, meaning every single game they play, they have a legitimate shot to win it, but they also have a legitimate shot to lose it outright. And, we've seen them play really well in certain spots. They went out on the road and blew the doors off Milwaukee. But we also have seen them lose outright to Charlotte out on the road as well. No Trae Young in this one tonight. He's out for personal reasons. In-season tournament night. The last time we saw the Detroit Pistons in the in-season tournament, they had a lead through 3 quarters over the Philadelphia 76ers. They were the team that gave Philadelphia their only non-cover of the season. I think the Detroit Pistons come out here and hoop tonight. I think they have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. I think Kay Cunningham and company get busy. I think the Hawks are in a little bit of trouble here out on the road. I'm going to grab the points in my back pocket. I'm also going to sprinkle some on the money line for the Detroit Pistons.
There we go. We got Jay here on the Pistons. We've been covering the NBA a long time, and there's one thing I'll tell you that you don't want to do is whenever you see a minus next to the Hawks on the road, stay far away.
Definitely. Like I said, they're a 50-50 team. They can lose outright to anybody any given night. It's just the style of basketball they play, but they also can win on any given night. So, hard team to figure out. Tonight, I think it's worth a shot attacking the plus money fading them.
Yeah, just some stats here on this. The Pistons are defending, believe it or not. They are defending pretty well, and the Hawks have been a bad defensive team on the road. 26 in defensive efficiency. Give 115 points per 100 possessions. Of course, defensive and offensive efficiency, probably one of the best metrics in all of sports because each team averages about 100 possessions a game. That's a lot of data points per game. So those numbers are pretty. You can really lean on those numbers. One of the stats I like to look at is efficiency numbers here. But Pistons here plus 4.5 here against the Hawks. This one will have a start time tonight here at 7 Eastern time. Now we touched on this Timberwolves, Jay. This Timberwolves and Warriors game. I don't know if anyone missed it, but there's some heat right now between Edwards and Draymond Green. How do you see it going down tonight?
So, the no Curry really hurts in this game. Reason being is there has been no other player on the Golden State Warriors to score over 20 points this season. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's been all Curry. And without him in the lineup, it makes me nervous. The thing is, expecting the Timberwolves to beat Golden State back-to-back nights in Golden State is kind of crazy, in my opinion. Hey, I know the Warriors haven't been that great at home this season, but last year they went stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib. We're going to see Chris Paul at the helm tonight. I actually think they still get this one done. I think it's a flat spot for the T-Wolves. I know they've been hooping, playing really good basketball, and I'm not necessarily rushing to fade them, but if I were to play it, I would take Golden State. And I know that Green, that Draymond Green, Anthony Edwards saga, it's something to watch, Anthony Edwards is starting to emerge himself as one of the best players in the league. He was the heart and soul. He was the leader of Team USA over the off season. So he really did a lot of growing up there. We're starting to see it early in this NBA season. So it's going to be fun to watch his growth as he becomes a legitimate superstar here in the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of trash talking, hard fouls by Green on Edwards. But one thing that disappointed me is that Edwards' teammates really didn't come to his defense. That was bad. I mean, when you're getting hard fouled like that, you need to, some of your bigs need to go there and back up your opponents. We'll see how that rolls. Maybe there was some chewing out. I think we're going to see a real physical battle here tonight. There seems like some bad blood brewing between these T-Wolves and Warriors. Of course, who starts it all, right? It's Draymond Green. He loves to start this stuff. Hawks, the play here obviously will be on the Pistons at the plus price. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. 10-game card from the NBA. We've got lots of action, college hoops. We got action here as well, NHL. We've got action here with Maction. Jay producing fantastic numbers over the past 30 days. As you see there, 1,514 units of profit, all documented over at Pick.com. This is over the last 30 days. All right, Jay, what do you have going over the site?
I'm locked and loaded tonight. NBA in-season tournament day on a Tuesday. First one on a Tuesday. I got 5 NBA plays for you guys tonight. 3 of them are for sale. The other 2 are for my long-term clients. And then I have 2 college hoops plays. One is up for sale, and then one is for the long-term. Hey, the way I'm running right now, best thing to do, in my opinion, is to hop on something long-term. A 3-day, a 7-day, a monthly, seasonal, yearly, however you want to do it over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can do it. Best thing to do, though, is to pair me up 2 for 1. Pair me up with Tony Brown, how hot he is. Pair me up with Shane. He's having a really good week. Pair me up with Tony T, absolutely killing it in the NBA. Hey, a lot of guys are really hitting the ground hard right now. It's the best time of year, all sports combined. November, it doesn't get any better than this, man. Seeing the board really well, trying to keep that momentum rolling forward. Hop on with me over at Pick Dogs Premium, and I promise I will try to continue to put some money in your pocket.
Right, get on board. Jay Briggs over at Pick.com. You see the great results from Jay. Get on board right now. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. Long-term passes, that 30-day pass get you through the holidays, through Thanksgiving, and get you through college football championship weekend, and make you get you that Army-Navy game in there as well. So great time to get on board. Long-term pass right now with all the sports overlapping. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again on the show here on we got you here on Thursday, on the show on Thursday, and everybody know a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. You're part of the morning show as well as your rundowns.
Yeah, man, ton of content for me. NBA Jam session dropping every day. I cover every single NBA game on the card. Morning show in the morning, me, Mitch, and Ruffalo. Tomorrow, NFL show in the afternoon, me, Mitch, and Big Al McMorty going over every NFL game. I shot a live show earlier today, me, David Racy, and Kosty. So plenty of content for me here at Pick Dogs. I host the morning shows on the weekends. Just a ton of content for me, just trying to continue to stay hot, continue to cook up these sports here in the best time of year, and just trying to help everybody make some money. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you got your notifications on, so when we go live, you guys are right there with us.
That's right. Live, be there right there with us. All right, Jay, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you Thursday.
Yes, sir, Tony T. See you soon, my man.
You got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive through. Let's continue here on the show. Again, if you ever miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the day. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive through. Let's bring in Wayne Scott. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. More NBA action coming in from Wayne. We'll bring him in here, ready to roll here. Let's get his card ready here with Wayne Scott. Wayne, bring him in right now. Wayne, what's happening? Wayne, we don't have no sound from you. You got to check your sound there, your soundboard. See if we can get that microphone working. We got NBA coming in here from Wayne tonight.
You got me?
I'm hearing now. I hear it now. They're coming in.
All right, let's get it. What's going on?
All right, what's going on? What's happening? All right, tonight we're going to be looking at the Clips. Oh boy, the Clips on the road here to face the Nuggets. Boy, what did they get themselves into, man? They just walked in some quicksand. Nuggets here favored 4.5. We see the total 224.5.
Yes, sir. We got some tight lines because it's in-season tournament, but we got to go with the data and how the Clips been playing. Clips have not won a game on the road, 0-5 on the road, 0-3 has lost 5 straight. The last one to Memphis was they tried to battle back, but you just don't see the team chemistry ever since Harden got over there. I've yet to see the chemistry. And another thing with this team is their bench. They do not have a great bench. Highland's not getting minutes. I'm not sure why. I was expecting a big year from Terrence Mann, but him getting bumped to this bench role doesn't look too happy about it. We're getting good minutes out of Powell, and Tucker is still trying to find his way. So they're playing all right defense and all right offense in the middle of the pack, but Denver is better in both of those categories. Denver is a better rebounding team. Denver is the better. They have less turnovers as well. Denver is number 1 in assists too. So when you got a team that likes to move the ball around, the ball doesn't stick against a team like the Clippers struggling to find their chemistry, it all bodes for destruction. Definitely with Denver at home and how well they played at home. We're riding with Denver minus the 4.5. Started off at 5.5, but numbers going in our direction, so I'm definitely loving it even more. Denver minus 4.5.
All right, Wayne says Denver minus 4.5 here against the Clippers. Clippers defense on the road has not been good. Road defensive efficiency 25th, give up 121 points per 100 possessions. This has the signs of being ugly here. Denver shooting 52% at home, 120 per 100 possessions. Denver coming off a loss to Houston. They're going to drop games on the road, and they just couldn't make threes.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that loss. That last, that 1-4, lost that one, came back and won 4. And I don't think they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna win 4 after this, but I definitely like them after a loss. Like you said, you're not gonna win every game on the road. You're not gonna. It's gonna be games where you don't hit threes, and you're gonna need certain guys to step up to win those tight games. It didn't happen, but I'm not worried here. I just not liking the chemistry of what I'm seeing from the Clippers. They can have all the names in the world, but if they're playing the way that they're playing on the road, I just can't take it against a proven team like Denver tonight. Short number too, because like I said, in-season tournament, a lot of these numbers are a little bit shorter than they would on an average night. So you got to kind of take advantage of that.
Yeah, I got to take advantage. I see what the players think of these instances. Some of these got the higher pay raise may not be as impactful as some of the guys that that are going to be coming off the bench. They're the ones that this is what this tournament is probably for some of the supporting cast members. But what do you see visually with Harden in the lineup here with this Clippers? Are they playing slower? Does it seem like they're trying to accommodate Harden with touches because he's the type of player that wants the ball? This is like when you play. You can tell even when you play pickup ball, you can tell when there's a ball hound out there that wants the ball. I mean, There's a certain feeling you have, and it really takes you off. Everyone just takes everyone off their game.
Man, you hit it right on the head, Tony. Harden's just a better player with the ball in his hand. He hasn't really been a true shooting guard, a guy that can pick and pop. He needs the ball in his hand. He needs to create off the pick and roll to get shot and get people the ball off a shot. But as far as just like getting open off as a true shooting guard, it's never really been his thing. It's curious to see if they'll adjust or just put Russell on the bench and let him be the point guard so he can create more. Because it's hard for him to create without the ball in his hand.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It's definitely a big challenge for him to do that. And of course, this isn't back in the 90s and 80s when you're playing that half court basketball. You need somebody like that. It's a different game. There's a lot more pace in the game.
Yep, definitely is. A lot faster, a lot more shots per possession. So, these guys get that ball in and out of their hand. You got to be ready to not just do ISO ball and be ready to knock down shots.
All right, we'll go cover some games that were not on the show today. Trailblazers and Jazz going head-to-head. The Trailblazers haven't covered numbers, but the Jazz are home here, laying the 6.5.
This was one of the tougher ones for me. I do like this Jazz lineup. They show up here and there, and one of the times they do show up, as you mentioned, normally at home. But I like how Portland's been fighting back recently. I like how they've been playing without Scoot Henderson in the lineup. They've been playing better, letting Sharp and some of these younger, older guys get some run at it, and they've been playing a lot better together. So give me those points with Portland.
All right. Wayne says go ahead and take the points there with Portland in that one. Mavericks and Pelicans going head to head here. We see the Mavs 3.5 in this one, total 239.5.
Yeah, Mavs thrashed them in the last game, and I still like what I see with the Pelicans, man. They're missing a lot of guys, but the younger guys are starting to step up. They lost that game pretty bad, but at the same time, I see some battling. I don't expect Kyrie to go off like he did. Brandon Ingram was pretty lackadaisical. I would like to think that he would step up in this play-on game, and I like what I see from Zion, man. Zion's still a force to reckon with. They don't really got nobody that can stop him. So there was a lot of plays that they ran through him, and it was cool just seeing him play like a one, but still getting the ball, getting downhill. So I expect a lot more of that, and I like Pelicans with the points in this one. Not a popular pick. Mavs been balling, but I could definitely see an angle for the Pelicans to be winning and lose it a close one to the Mavs.
Yeah, Mavs, I think, will be one of those teams that win but don't cover, especially big lines, because the defense is lacking. They're winning games a lot of times with that poor defense. Game we didn't cover here was Spurs Thunder. This line has really gotten out of whack here. Now 10.5 on the Thunder, total 238.5.
Yeah, man, and I got to take the Spurs here. It's just like you said, it's just getting out of hand. If you could have got the original, like 9.5, I want to say, open up at, I might have opened at 10 at some books, but I think I seen the low as 9.5. If you could have got that with OKC, okay, if you like them that much, but it's just too much value with the Spurs. Spurs have players. Spurs can't seem to get it together defensively, but one thing they can do is score. So they can get in a tight back and forth game, get a few more stops than they normally do. They should cover this point spread pretty easy tonight.
Yeah, that's your TNT game. One more here that we didn't cover on the show here. Pacers and 76ers. We see these Sixers here in a mini series, 2-game series here. 5.5 point favorites, total 240.5. And Embiid still showing questionable on my side here. We're seeing these out here for Indiana, but pretty much Indiana's coming in favor. We can now confirm Embiid in the lineup tonight for Philadelphia.
Okay, I like Philly regardless, because that's one reason. I would definitely like him more than Embiid, one of the best players, hardest guy to stop. I don't think Maxey has the biggest game that he has, but I think he still contributes, and he makes Halliburton work on both ends. There's not a lot of point guards that can do that. And Halliburton's going to need some help from these supporting cast. He didn't have a good game from Brown. He didn't have a good game from Mathurin. So if they want to compete, it's going to have to be more than him. I just see more guys from the Sixers contributing. These guys do not want to lose at home, and these guys are playing with more will than anybody I see almost in the NBA. So I'm riding with the Sixers until that train gets broken.
All right, we got the entire rundown. We will be covering this game. We have already covered Hawks Pistons. This one we're going to cover at the end of the show. So here we go. Nuggets laying the 4.5 against the Clippers tonight. All right, Wayne, let's take over at Pick Dog Print for tonight's action. Wayne, we got good NBA board tonight. NHL up there. Good college, some quality from the college basketball hardwood tonight. Maction as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I have 6 plays all in all, 3 in the NBA, 1 in college basketball, 1 in college football, 1 in the NHL. I got a 3-pack for y'all with my college basketball, my NBA, and my college football. NHL will be for long term, and 2 other ones for long term. So you can check me out long term, 3-day, 7-day, best way to go. Definitely when we got plenty of action like this, and I'm dropping plenty of action like this for you guys. Tomorrow got 8 games in the NBA, 4 in the NHL, 30-plus college basketball game. Be back locked and loaded. So long term is always best way to go. Pair me up with one of these top guys you've seen tonight. 2-for-1 handicapper special. Let's continue to cash, man. Let's start this week off good.
So I've started this week off good. Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with Wayne. Come off a winning day yesterday. As Wayne says, multi-packs is the way to go. Long-term passes here in November with all these sports overlapping. No better time than now to get signed up. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow's show, but you also will run a boxing video series at Pick Dogs.
Yes, sir. We'll be coming right back up as we got David Benavidez versus Andreas. And we got his David Benavidez younger brother and Big Charlo fighting on that card as well. So I'll be coming back and breaking that down. That's at the end of the month, Thanksgiving weekend. So I'll definitely have a video out for that one. Catch me on the weekend with the guys, and I'll be here tomorrow with Tony. So
you got it. Check him out. All right, Wayne. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
I appreciate it, Tony T. Y'all take care, Pete Dog, man.
Got it. Wayne Scott here on the drive too. Let's continue on here. Time for Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. We'll bring in Rod right now. NHL coverage for you. Then we got an NBA to close it out. Let's bring him in here. Ready to roll here with Rod Zawacky. He's on the road tonight. Let's bring him in right now. Rod, what's happening? Well, we had Rod. We had him on the Flames Canadians tonight. Hopefully he can get back into coverage here, as he might have just lost coverage. If we can't get Rod back, we will have his pick, because we will do it on the recap. So let's just go ahead and get to my pick, and then if Rod is available, then we'll go back to Rod here. So we'll go into my game. Heat Hornets going head to head tonight, and let's see here. Let me fast forward here the pick here. So we're going to get my pick, and we're going to go Heat Hornets over the total here of 221.5. in this one between these two teams. One thing to know, this is all about a couple things here. Charlotte is defending poorly this season, allowing 49% shooting, 39% from three. They set last in defensive efficiency, allowing 121 points per 100 possessions, and they are playing at the third fastest pace in the NBA right now. Miami's also playing, believe it or not, Miami's also playing at a fast pace. So we're going to go over here, over this number, get a little more value, because it's come down from, what was this line open? I think it was about 229 it opened at. My goodness, look at that. We're going to actually, I'm seeing 222 at the sharpest book, so we're getting some buyback here on this one. There's 221.5 in many markets right now, but we are starting to see 222 start to flash, so try to get your best number there. Over the total here, Heat and Hornets. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Keep a peek on Rod. Looks like Rod may be out of coverage. He was coming on. He was on the road today. So if we can't get Rod, then we'll go right to the pick here. We'll go right to the recap, and then we'll let you guys roll here for. Oh, I'll let you know over at Pick Dogs Premium, I got a 3-pack from the NBA right now. Also, best bet from college football tonight. So I got 4 premiums on the board tonight. So go ahead and get on board with me over at Pick Dog. I am the top unit producer right now at Pick Dogs in NBA. So I have a 3-pack from you from NBA tonight. And of course, you can go longer term with me. I have a 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time you select. When you go to my handicap page and make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. You can also add multi-cappers with that multi-capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's get to the recap. We started off here with Alex. Alex liked Michigan State Duke under 141.5. Safir Kosty says Magic plus 2.5 against Nets. Tony Brown, Sharks Panthers under 6.5. Shane says Grizzlies plus 6.5 against Lakers. Jay was on the Pistons plus 4.5 against the Hawks. Wayne says Nuggets minus 4.5 against Clippers. Here's Rod's picks. Canadians at the plus price of plus 143 against Flames. I'll be Heat Hornets over 221.5. And the one that I like the most, we are going to go here with the Grizzlies at plus the 6.5. All right, looks like Rod is frozen. No thumbs up, Rod. Nope, he's still frozen. Okay, so we got it in. We're trying to get Rod in, maybe get a little from Rod. Hey, by the way, let me let you know what Rod has going on over at Pick Dodge Premium tonight. Let me pull it up here, see what he's got rolling on. I know he's been rolling here in the NFL and college football, so let me give a peek at Rod's have come off a winning day yesterday, plus 190 units of profit. Rod's got a Tackle the Books Tuesday 5-pack still on the board, so get on board with Rod's 5-pack right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Start the week going 3-1. He's got 5 plays, including his 10-star play of the day. So he's ready for this winners here tonight. A 5-pack on the board tonight from Rod Orkin. You can go longer-term pass with Rod with his 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all his premium plays for that time period. Just select when you go over to his handicapper page and you make that purchase. As a matter of fact, Rod is producing some pretty good units here. We can see there 270 units in profit here in the NFL. Also showing profit this year in college basketball to start the season. So get on board with Rod Zawacky. All right, let's get to that's going to do it. Right, we got through the show, and that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive Through. Make sure you guys tune in again here tomorrow here at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll do it all over again. Bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. And, of course, they'll got the plays in real time. Remember, it always begins with that morning show at 10:30 a.m. each time. During the week, you got Jay, you got Chris, and you got Mitch with that morning show. Also, we've got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, his betting tool show, his roundtable discussion, Jay's jam session, NFL as well as NBA. Keep an eye on that. Also, the wraparound here with NHL coverage from Chris. Of course, the NHL video series here from Rod Zawacky as well. Ron Romanelli with his rundown from college football. We also have Jay's jam session as we talked about. And, of course, we got Kosty Sharp Training Plays video. Big Al McMorty is all access here on the channel. Nick Mencken, his first touchdown video prop for you. Mills with his UFC rundown as well as his prop video. Of course, we got the Parlay video series from Brad Francis as well as just and more video series coming here on the channel, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. So when these plays are released, you get them in real time. Get the best numbers. All right, that's gonna do it. Someone asked about that Nets Magic. We had a pick here. Kosty gave it out. Magic plus 2.5. Someone asked about that Nets and Magic game. So there you go. All right. Thanks for everybody in the chat room. Will likes Canadians. Raven Ron says Pacers team total over 117.5. And see what else we're getting in the chat room today. Shout out to everybody there. Will G, Matt D in there as well. I like the Rams. That's the Ram pennant you see behind me, just from my childhood. Fred Thomas, shout out to you as well. We also have Ranger Lyle in the chat with us today. Reza Aziz in there. Theo Green, shout out to you. Andy Alderson. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Nick Beats Vegas in there as well. Steve Osborne. Nicholas Handy with a shout out to you. Blake, Dave Bell, and more here. Martin Queasy in the chat tonight. All right, guys. Thanks for everybody for joining us in the chat. Seems every time I put this board up, you guys stop putting picks in. You guys stop putting your picks in when I put this up here for some reason. But anyway, that's going to do it for the day because we're at the end of the show, right? All right, that's going to do it for the show, guys. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Of course, when I sign off, I'll probably start seeing the picks come in, right? That's usually what happens. All right, let's bring in our crew from tonight. I'm going to wake up.